Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video I'm going to try to do some exploration for the Upwell consortium. So maybe I should start with giving you guys a little bit of background, and it's actually through the consortium operations mailing list that I've basically found out that the research components, a new type of decryptor, or what seems like a decryptor, is now available in the game. And transmissions report that Lee Brinal of the Intaki Bank, which is a part of the Upwell consortium, is taking an interest in this particular component. I think, although it's not 100% sure, I've not really seen the details on the EVE Online website, but the idea is that you can bring these research components to this NPC character, and the two highest contributors of this event will receive a medium Citadel blueprint copy, probably when they come out, and two other random players will receive that as well. So if everything works out the way I think it does, it should be pretty easy to be at least a part of the contributors and give yourself a chance at one of those blueprint copies. Now, it's not that important for me personally, because I'm actually shooting for a large Citadel. We're actually pretty close to having the resources for one, I think, but it could be interesting to see how this event plays out and try to find some of these research components. And if my intel is correct, they should come from ghost sites and from relic sites in Serpentis space. So out here in Essence should be Serpentis sites. If I find a relic site, then there should be a chance for me to find one of those research components. Gather a few, bring them to the NPC, and you have a chance to win one of those blueprint copies. It would be pretty cool, I think. So let's basically get started. I already checked a few systems around Yona. Unfortunately, nothing but wormholes to be spotted there. And then, for full disclosure, I pressed something wrong, and I managed to botch the recording. So I started all over again here, and now we're just gonna take a look at a few other systems out here in Essence, trying to find one of those research components. So let's get started here with the first signature in Nogere, which is usually a pretty good system, but nope, HEG is a wormhole. So I'm just going to quickly go over these, because I don't want to waste too much time on stuff that we're not gonna run anyways. So I'll quickly mark them in case I want to continue doing the exploration later on. But I'm really focusing on, of course, a very good combat site. We'll run that right away. But if I find the relic sites, that is really the one thing where the event, a part of the event, could actually start to show up. So let's get started on that. Next system in line, we've got Adrel, which, well, it's in my opinion an intermediate system when it comes to exploration. Nogere, really good one. I found a lot of fire outposts in Nogere while doing exploration here. Adrel, not that super great. So let's go take a look. But it might not have a station, so there may be fewer people, which could be good. Yeah, only 8 in local, no scan results, unfortunately. So let's move on to Caslemont then. We'll see if we can find anything there. But it is still decently busy out here in Galente space, I must say. It's not that easy to find good sites when it comes to exploration. You need quite a bit of perseverance to actually make a decent amount of money out of this at the moment, I feel. And so I'm of course focused on other things like the Citadel at the moment. I'm really doing the preparations for that. In fact, yesterday I spent most of the evening just hauling, selling, and then buying PI stuff for the Citadel. So I'm all about that. But this event could be interesting if we actually manage to find a research component. So next system, well, there is a signature. Of course, Caslemont is a system with a lot of people coming through, so it's most likely just another wormhole. But let's give it a chance and at least find out what it is. And here we get a yellow. a criminal. Maybe some stealing in this site. Let's quickly do a D-scan. Nothing, so I'm nowhere close. This is actually a pretty big system. And oh, it's a relic site. All right, let's try to find this one then. So here we go. Should be close now. 85%. Come on, just a little bit more. If I can grab the edge. It's not showing up too well, but I think it's actually this one. So there's a green dot here, which is... And here we have... Oh, that's actually the refuge. Damn it. Alright, so these triangles are actually the anomalies. You can clearly see that it's been a while since I've done a lot of exploration. Completely out of my comfort zone, but a relic site. So let's hope we don't have too much competition. Let's quickly see when something... If my D-scan moves... Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. And I can D-scan and you can see the effect here. Honestly, I do really like that. So now we are in range for that. We've got an ibis here. He could be doing it already. And the criminal is gone, so... well, these are not empty. Add these to the overview. What the hell, I did that yesterday. It's kind of strange. Some things are happening that is a little bit strange at the moment with the overview settings and things like that. But alright, we are here and we have a chance at some Serpentis debris, and if my intel is right, we may just have a chance at a research component. So let's give it a go. Can I stop? Well, we'll stop after this cycle. Just not sure if I'll actually overshoot this, possibly. 3,000, 4,000. Just let's make sure that I don't start a hack that's not gonna be finished. That looks alright. So then we can just grab the core, approach this, check out the loot. Research component. Boom! Right away we've got one. That's pretty cool. So they could be pretty common. Let's go do the next one and do a quick stack all here to actually get in on this one. Research component, price unavailable. Are there market details? Nobody's, well, buyers for about 1 million. So some people are aware of it. But that's an interesting start. I mean, what are the odds that the very first relic site in the very first container I find actually has one of those in it? So let's check out the next one here. Research component. Oh my god, it's gonna be like a 1-for-1. That's weird, but pretty common. I already have 2 of them, which is great. I'm a bit of a collector, so I'm definitely gonna keep one of them just in my bag of goodies that I have of like special items and ships and stuff like that. And then I'll at least bring one in. So if I press show info on this one, Lee Brinal is asking for them. So I'll try to bring at least one of them in, and then we'll see if I can keep you guys up to date on the event. But full confirmation, very first relic sites that I'm doing, we're getting these research components from these containers, which is pretty awesome. So we'll be moving on to the next one here. Let's quickly do that. Here is the core. We'll get in range. And 3 for 3. So it looks like it's actually straight up available in all containers so far. And that's it in this system. So we'll move on to Charmer Out and we'll check it out there. But that's pretty interesting. I think that is pretty damn interesting. These research components, 3 for 3 in the first relic site. So If you want in on the event, if you want a few of those research components, it's almost no effort whatsoever. Just grab a quick exploration frigate, come out here in Essence or any other region with Serpentis sites, find a few relic sites and you're good. So that's pretty much all you have to do. After that, the way I think I'll be doing it is just grab an interceptor, fly out to the NPC, bring in your research components, and there you go. You've given yourself a chance in the lottery part of the event. So sounds pretty good. Let's continue. Honestly, we've been at it for 10 minutes. Maybe we'll find something good and I can bring you guys some more entertaining stuff. So next system will go like this. That looks honestly like a decently large sphere, so a decently hard to scan signature, which is always a good sign. It's a wormhole, unfortunately. So KPW wormhole submit, recover these guys, and we'll go to Jolivier. Next. But wow, this is really interesting, and as I've said, the theory here is that by bringing in these research components to this NPC, you'll have a chance at a Citadel blueprint copy. Of course, it would be very cool if you could actually get that blueprint copy before everyone else can get their hands on, but as I've said, I have no real details. I've not really seen any of the information on the EVE Online website. It all comes from the consortium mail, consortium operations chat channel, and I think there was one Reddit post when these showed up on CC for the first time. But that's really all I know. So nothing official yet, except I can confirm, of course, that they do exist. So we'll keep looking, honestly. Caslemont. Next up, we'll go into Messibier because I'm not going off into the Citadel. We'll stick to the Essence region. And, well, a power circuit. I mean, 1 million, honestly, that's really not that good of a reason to do a relic site. But if you're like extremely new, of course, you're flying in a small frigate that's worth maybe a few 100,000 disc, then that, of course, makes quite a bit of difference. But yeah, look at the rest of the salvage. Carbon, as usual, from these relic sites, pretty worthless. The research components, though, if they do go for more than 1 million, if there could be some competition at the end, you might see something good come from that. So Messibier is the next system on my usual route out here, although it's been a long time since I've run it. And so far, let's knock on wood, not too many connection problems. And this, yeah, this I think is pretty damn cool. Just look at that. The sphere actually moves, and when you scan, it shows all the scanning. Yeah. Personally, I think that's a pretty cool addition of the solar system map. So I feel like not completely lost in the exploration with the new UI and all the changes that they've been doing. This feels decently practical to me. Messibier, 2 signatures. Let's give him a chance and take a look. Looks like a big one and a small one. So we can see that PSI is the bigger one, which could be the most interesting one. And again, Dervish Monk, another suspect here, another thief. So PSI, please go up a little bit and go like that. Only 5 in local, which honestly is not that much. That doesn't feel too easy to scan either. As a goon enter system. PSI is a relic site and a pretty difficult one to scan down, so let's keep at it. Maybe go right into the smallest circumference and give it a go. Zwepel and Stiletto, I don't think those will be hunting for relic sites. We've got it, so we'll be off to warp, and then we'll see if in the meantime I can still pinpoint the other signature. While we're in warp, try to do this efficiently, of course. Yeah, those are my not my own, only my probes, so let's be a little on the ball here. The other one is just a wormhole, so U wormhole, submit, recover probes, close this. 4 containers, pretty close by. Alright, let's get going. Orbit at 5000, quick burst here to speed it up. Quick D-scan. And I'm still speeding up quite hard, so I'm a little afraid that I'll overshoot again. 3000, there comes an annoying asteroid. Yeah, I should have just slow-boated it, but okay, we're good. Here is the core. And yeah, research component. So I think this pretty much confirms it. I mean, we'll try it with the last one as well. Let's make sure we don't speed up too quickly. There we go. Should be good now. Grabbed. Yep, research component. On to the next. Orbit at 500. Burst of the microbe drive. And yeah, I mean, we're 5 for 5. This can't be something that happens by chance. So the way it's working is that every single Serpentis debris in the relic site and in ghost sites, you seem to get these research components from. And after that, it's more of a market battle that we're gonna see to try and gather the most of them and bring them out to the NPC. So in order to get like the top 2 spots, it's just going to be a matter of the wallet, right? Just be willing to spend a lot of ISK on that, which honestly I'm not for a medium Citadel blueprint copy. That doesn't seem to be something I would do. But if you want your chance at the lottery part of it, then yeah, just run a few Serpentis relic sites and you're good to go. You can give yourself that chance. So pretty interesting. I think, and here comes the Imicus, but come on. You are too late. Come on. What the hell? That one's empty. That one's full. God damn it. Speed. Let's see if I can still catch it. I actually chose a wrong one. Oh, he warps out. That's pretty friendly. You could have gone for this one. Let the hacking begin. Here is the core. Grab some loot. And yeah, this obviously confirms it, because that's yet another research component. And we can move on to another system, of course. We still have a little bit of time, I think, so let's do it. Maybe we can find a good combat site as well. That would make it a worthwhile day, although this is pretty decent. I think that Upwell will be happy with me recovering all of these research components from the evil Serpentis, who have basically been yeah, almost you could say at war with the consortium at the moment. So they've not been happy with all of the actions that the consortium has taken. But I'll definitely happily work for them, considering that they'll bring us citadels. So maybe a few more systems to see if we do find one of those juicy combat sites. All right. An anathema and one signature. So yeah, we'll definitely go one bigger on this one. And let's see what you are. QLT. God damn it. Yeah, just grabbing the edge. Oh, Astero. So that's, I mean, if you see an Astero here, then there's been some scanning already, which also shows how busy it is here for actual exploration. I think I can actually consider myself pretty lucky that I've already found these two relic sites so quickly. And that probably indicates a wormhole here. I mean, those guys will have checked this out, so it's a wormhole, exactly as I thought. So QLT is a wormhole, submit, and we'll check out Villore. Which is another pretty bad system, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other systems, including a low-sec one, Old Man Star, really busy low-sec one, that enter Villore or that have access through Villore. So it tends to just be too busy there for any good signature to last very long. But there is, I think I'll go up to Hecarin if you want to see the exact route that I'm taking. You can always open up the Essence map on Dotlan and check it out. There's always a few systems, usually either dead-end systems or systems that can only come in and go to low-sec, where it's not that busy. And there I've always had pretty good luck when it comes to exploration. So I'll give it a go up until there, I think. So this is what I mean, 31 people in local, 1 signature. I'd again say that that's probably going to be a wormhole. I'll quickly check it out just to make sure. Oh, I'm actually too high. And am I? Ooh, I'm quite a bit higher than the rest of the system. And there we go, wormhole, got it right off the bat. So let's move on to Cat here. And Atron Reaper, Atron Tristan, that's like low-sec frigate combat stuff. So obviously, you know, those guys will find their way probably into Old Man Star to do some PvP, which well, tends to be a pretty good system for that. With that right next door, of course, you get a local that's way higher than the other ones, and thus a very low chance to find something decent. So Cats, 17 and 1 signature again. Don't think it's gonna be anything, but who knows. So let's give it a go. Like that. And exactly, so add ZDB and a W. Recover, moving on to Derry Intel. Yeah, Derry Intel. Well, not the easiest names to pronounce. A lot of that has some French undertones in Galente space, of course. Quite a few control towers. And that's 3 of them, 12 in local. So maybe, just maybe, one bigger than the others. Yes, over there. Right next to me. This one is obviously a little bit bigger than the other ones. Quick D-scan. I'm not the only one that's scanning it. So we may have to hurry up. The good news about that is it could be something very new. So down, go over here. So we gotta get a little bit higher apparently, because that's not a good result. And it's a data site, so that's actually going to be a sleeper cache again. I'm not going to bother with that. Because there's just no way that my greedy Ishtar can tank any of that stuff, so let's quickly check out the other two, but again, chance is pretty high that we're talking wormholes here. Cosmic signature, let's go down a bit. Costabius in a capsule dropping by. And what are you? Combat site? Okay. Interesting. For the bad ones we usually get a result already, so but the Serpentis lookout, so definitely not worth it. Let's check out number 3. But yeah, this is exploration, guys. You need patience as well, and that's just a wormhole, so we can move on to Atlant Gains. De-scanning quickly, nothing to report. Yep, as I said, this is exploration. For some reason, I do tend to get lucky early on. I mean, finding those 2 relic sites, getting those research components in like the first 3, the 3rd system and the 6th system is definitely not a bad result. But when it comes to the good combat sites, that tends to take a little bit longer. So we'll check out Atlant Gains, and if there's nothing, we'll check out Hecarim, which is a dead-end system and potentially a good one. But if we find nothing, here we definitely find nothing because it's empty. So Hecarim is our final hope at some action here, or some more riches. So out we go. In the meantime, I get the question every time. So the fit for the greedy Ishtar that I'm using, it's built to basically be able to handle anything in HiSec, especially here in Serpentis space, because Serpentis are perfect for the guards with this setup. So we've got 4 drone damage amplifiers, a medium armor rep, and a damage control 2 in the low slots. Over here, you could do with something different, but I went with sentry damage augmenters just for the fun of it, to get as much DPS out of this as I could. Offense 782 DPS. Then here we got omnidirectional tracking link, relic data analyzer, and a micro drive. Then we also have a salvager and a sister corporal launcher with probes, which means that you can scan pretty quickly, handle any site, and also on the site get the relic and data sites going. So here we go, just 100% in local, 3 signatures, and of course there is only one way back out of here. So this is why I do like a system like this. Potentially you've got a little bit more to do. So let's get started. 3 more signatures, that might be something. So let's start with the first one. And that's a wormhole, so that's already a big no. You know what, I'll gamble it like this. It's a smaller circumference, I may miss everything, but with a bit of luck I could get a good hit as well. Okay, here we go. We've got one there and one here. So, well, both of them very close to one another. I'll do another check right here. Data site, so that's not gonna be too good, but could be interesting to see if any of these research components are found there as well. And then still an unknown, WVV, which is a wormhole unfortunately. So let's try to grab the data site here. Serpentis mainframe, recover and close the map. So yeah, unfortunately no good combat site to report, so no nice faction loot or anything like that, but confirmation of the research components at least. And I'll check out this data site to see if maybe they drop from there as well, but I've not heard that, and I would suspect that if that were the case I would have heard that by now. So here we go. Orbit this one, start hacking. Five, that's quite far away. 5 again, so it's gonna be on this side. There she is. And yep, research component, look at that, interesting. And then also accelerator, a couple more decryptors worth 1 million. So I mean, I understand 1 million, it's really not a big deal, but it's better than nothing, and at least it gives you something to do while you wait for some of those juicy combat sites to spawn. So honestly, I feel it's not a complete waste of time to go after these data sites, and especially now that they also grant you, what the hell, these research components, which we can see right here. Let's check it out. Serpentis info shard gives me just a research component, and that's it, but not that bad honestly. Let's head back to the gate here, and yep, there we go. 9 research components in this half-hour session of exploring for the Upwell Consortium. Not bad, and some pretty interesting information here. So all of these Serpentis, relic and data sites have 100% chance of dropping these research components. That means if you want in on the race for the top spot, as I've said, you'll need to have the big wallet and be willing to spend enough money on that. But if you want in on like the lottery chance, which I think there is to win one of those blueprint copies, then just run a couple of sites, grab a few of these and bring them in to the NPC. So that's basically what I wanted to show you. Of course, it would have been cool if I could have gotten a nice combat site with some awesome loot as well, but it doesn't happen every day in exploration. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.